Welcome back to Learn English with Stories 365. What if two boys from completely different worlds grew up to control the future of humanity? One wants to colonize Mars, and the other dreams of building cities in space. Who would you bet on? Welcome to an exciting story about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Two men who started small but think bigger than anyone else. Did you know Elon Musk taught himself computer programming when he was just 12 years old? He even sold a video game he made for $500. And Jeff Bezos? He once flipped burgers at McDonald's, but now he wants to flip how humans live in space. Both of them are obsessed with the stars, but they have different ideas. Musk wants to escape Earth and start over on Mars. Bezos wants to industrialize space and build homes up there. Let me share some words they live by. Musk says, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." Bezos says, "Your margin is my opportunity." These quotes show their fire and their fight. In this video, you're going to hear their amazing stories, learn English secrets from their journeys, and decide who's the ultimate king of the future. Get ready for a wild ride through space, business, and big dreams. Part 1. The Highlight Reel. Now let's dive into the highlight reel of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, two men who turned their crazy ideas into reality. First, let's talk about Elon Musk. He's the guy behind Tesla, the electric car company that's changing how we drive. Imagine a world where cars don't need gas. That's Musk's dream coming true. Then there's SpaceX, his rocket company. He builds rockets that can land back on Earth after flying to space, like something from a sci-fi movie. And don't forget Neuralink. He's working on tech to connect human brains to computers. Can you picture yourself thinking a message and sending it without typing? That's Musk's next big idea. He's all about taking risks, jumping into the unknown, and making things happen fast. If there's a wall, he'll crash through it, or build a rocket to fly over it. On the other side, we have Jeff Bezos. You probably know him from Amazon, the online store that delivers almost anything to your door. He started it in his garage, and now it's one of the biggest companies in the world. But that's not all. He also has Blue Origin, his space company, where he's designing ships to take people into orbit. He dreams of a future where millions live and work in space. Plus, he owns the Washington Post, a famous newspaper. Bezos is different from Musk because he's obsessed with customers. He asks, "What do people want?" and then builds it better, cheaper, faster. While Musk loves to take wild chances, Bezos plans carefully and focuses on making every step perfect. So, what can we learn from these two? Musk teaches us about risk-taking. He says yes to ideas that sound impossible, like living on Mars or driving cars that charge like phones. He's not afraid to fail, He just keeps going. Bezos shows us customer obsession. He thinks about what you and I need before we even know we need it. Amazon grew huge because he made shopping so easy. Both of them are visionaries. They see a future no one else can. They revolutionize things, which means they change the rules completely. They disrupt old ways, like how Tesla shook up cars or Amazon changed shopping. Every success is a breakthrough, a big win that opens new doors. And in the end, they're building a legacy, something people will remember forever. Let's learn some useful English from this. Words like visionary mean someone who dreams big and sees tomorrow. Revolutionize is when you make something totally new. Disrupt means breaking the old way of doing things. Breakthrough is that exciting moment when you succeed after trying hard. And legacy is what you leave behind for the world. Try these phrases too. Change the game is when you make everything different, like Musk did with rockets. Think long-term means planning for years ahead, like Bezos does with space cities. These words and phrases are power tools for your English. They make you sound smart and bold. Musk and Bezos didn't start as superheroes. They were just kids once, like you and me. Musk grew up in South Africa, a place far from the tech world. He moved to Canada, then to America, chasing his dreams step by step. He made money with PayPal, a company that changed how we pay online, then poured it into SpaceX. There were tough days. Rockets exploded, and he almost lost everything. But he never gave up. Bezos was born in New Mexico, went to a fancy school called Princeton, and started Amazon in a tiny garage. He saw the internet growing and said, "This is my chance." Both of them turned small beginnings into giant victories. Think about this. Musk almost sold Tesla to Google in 2013 when things got really hard. He was running out of money, and the company was in trouble. But at the last minute, he said no. He believed he could fix it. And he did. Tesla's now worth billions. Bezos has his own fun story. His laugh is famous online. It's loud and wild. He says he uses it to surprise people and make them relax. These little moments show how human they are, even with all their success. So how did two ordinary kids become extraordinary? Their stories are full of twists, failures, and huge wins. They didn't wait for luck. They made their own. Musk's life screams, "Risk it all," while Bezos whispers, "Build it smart." But there's more to uncover. How did they grow up? What pushed them to the top? Let's rewind their stories and find out what made them the giants they are today. Get ready, because the past holds the secrets to their future. Part 2. Elon's background. Let's rewind the clock and step into Elon Musk's story. how a kid from South Africa became one of the wildest dreamers in the world. Elon was born in a city called Pretoria. Life wasn't always easy there. His parents split up when he was young, and he didn't fit in with everyone. But he had a superpower: his brain. At 12, he taught himself to code on a computer. Imagine a boy with no teacher, just figuring it out alone. He even made a video game called Blastar and sold it for $500. That's when you can see the spark. He was already an entrepreneur, someone who starts their own projects and takes big chances. When he was 17, Elon left South Africa. He didn't want to stay in one place forever. He moved to Canada, where he worked odd jobs, like cutting wood, to pay for school. Then he went to America, landing in Silicon Valley, the heart of tech. That's where the magic started. He helped build PayPal, a company that made paying online simple. It sold for a ton of money, and Elon got rich. But he didn't stop. He took that cash and started SpaceX, his rocket company. It was crazy hard at first. Rockets crashed, money ran low, and people said he'd fail. In 2008, SpaceX was almost dead. But then a rocket finally worked. That moment was pure resilience, the power to keep going when everything's against you. Elon's journey is full of adversity, tough times that test you. SpaceX wasn't his only struggle. He also started Tesla, the electric car company. In 2013, Tesla was bleeding money. Elon almost sold it to Google to save it. Picture this. He's so close to giving up, but at the last second he says, "No, I'll fight for it." He turned it around, and now Tesla's a giant. That's innovation, making something new even when it's scary. Elon's self-made. He didn't inherit a fortune. He built it from scratch, step by painful step. Did you know he works insane hours? Sometimes he sleeps at his factories to fix problems himself. That's how much he believes in his dreams. Let's learn some English from Elon's story. Entrepreneur means someone like him, who creates businesses from nothing. Self-made is when you succeed without help from family money. Resilience is bouncing back after you fall. Adversity is the hard stuff life throws at you. And innovation is inventing fresh ideas that change things. Try these phrases. Started from scratch means beginning with zero, like Elon did with SpaceX. Fail fast, learn faster is his style. Mess up, figure it out, and keep moving. These words and phrases are like keys. They unlock how Elon thinks and talks. Think about his path. He went from a quiet kid in South Africa to a guy who wants to live on Mars. He moved across the world, Canada, then America, chasing something bigger. PayPal was just the start. It gave him money to dream wilder. SpaceX was a monster to build. Early rockets exploded, and critics laughed. One time, 3 launches failed in a row, and Elon's team was crushed. But he said, "We'll try again." That's tenacity, sticking with it no matter what. And Tesla? It nearly died, but he saved it. That 2013 moment with Google shows how close he came to quitting, and how he never did. He's not perfect. He's loud on Twitter, sometimes says wild things, and works his teams super hard. But that's Elon. Full speed, all the time. His story isn't just about money or rockets. It's about a kid who looked at the stars and said, "I'll get there." He didn't wait for permission. He learned, failed, and pushed harder. Imagine being 12, coding alone, not knowing you'd one day send rockets to space, or standing in Canada, cold and broke, dreaming of Silicon Valley. Elon's life is a movie. Big risks, big crashes, big wins, and it's all self-made, built with his own hands and brain. That's why people watch him. He's not afraid to fall, as long as he's falling forward. So, what made Elon extraordinary? It wasn't luck. It was grit, ideas, and a hunger to change everything. But hold on. Jeff Bezos has his own tale, and it's just as wild. How did a boy from New Mexico turn a garage into a $1 trillion empire? Let's flip the page and find out how Jeff's story stacks up. Get ready, because this rivalry's about to heat up. Part 3. Jeff's background. Let's step back and explore Jeff Bezos' story. How a boy from New Mexico built an empire that changed the world. Jeff was born in Albuquerque, a hot, sandy place far from the tech cities. His mom was still in school when he arrived, but she worked hard to give him a good life. As a kid, Jeff loved figuring things out. He'd take apart toys and gadgets just to see inside. That curiosity was his spark. He spent time on a ranch with his grandparents, too, fixing machines and learning to solve problems. Imagine a young Jeff in the desert, tinkering with tools, dreaming of something bigger than the wide sky. When he got older, Jeff went to Princeton, a famous university. He studied computers and engineering there, and he was really good at it. After school, he moved to New York and worked at big companies, making money and learning fast. But in 1994, something clicked. Jeff saw the internet growing like wildfire. He had a smart idea: sell books online. He quit his safe job, drove to Seattle, and started Amazon in his garage. Picture him there, surrounded by boxes, building a website with no promise it'd work. That's strategic thinking, seeing the future and making a plan. Soon, Amazon wasn't just books. It was everything. Everywhere. Those garage days were the start of something huge. Jeff didn't have much cash, But he had a vision. He and his tiny team packed boxes themselves, working late to get orders out. Amazon grew because Jeff was customer-centric. He always asked, "What do people want?" He made shopping easy and fast. That's scalability too. Starting small, but building something that can grow big without breaking. Jeff didn't want a little store. He wanted a monopoly, a business so giant no one could beat it. And he got it. Today, Amazon delivers to your door in hours, all because Jeff thought big from day one. Let's learn some English from Jeff. Strategic means planning smart, like picking the internet early. Customer-centric is putting you first, making you happy. Scalability is growing huge without falling apart. Monopoly is being the only winner, like Amazon in shopping. And philanthropy is giving back. Jeff's donated billions now. Try these phrases. Work backwards from the customer is his rule. Start with what you need. It's always day one means staying fresh, like every day's a new beginning. These words and phrases are like Jeff's playbook. They make your English sharp. Here's a fun fact. Jeff's laugh went viral online. It's loud, wild, and a little goofy. He says he practices it to disarm critics, to surprise them, and make them relax. Back when Amazon was small, people said it'd fail. Jeff just laughed and kept going. That's him. Calm, clever, and ready to win. From New Mexico to Princeton to a messy garage, Jeff turned a simple idea into a trillion-dollar dream. He didn't shout. He built. And that's just the start. His story's about to get even bigger. Part 4. Vision. Let's zoom into the first big comparison between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Their visions for the future. These two don't just dream about tomorrow. They're building it, and their ideas are as different as fire and ice. First, let's look at Elon. His vision is all about a sustainable Earth and colonies on Mars. He wants to save our planet and give humans a backup plan. With Tesla, he's pushing electric cars to cut pollution. Imagine roads full of quiet, clean machines instead of smoky gas guzzlers. That's sustainability, keeping Earth healthy for the future. But Elon's not stopping here. Through SpaceX, he's aiming for Mars. He wants people to live there, grow food, and build a new home. Picture red dust, domes with families inside, and rockets flying back and forth. Elon calls it a multi-planetary species, humans living on more than one world. It's bold, wild, and a little crazy. But that's his style. Now, switch to Jeff Bezos. His vision is just as huge, but points in a different direction. He's dreaming of orbital cities and 1 trillion humans living in space. With Blue Origin, Jeff wants to build giant stations floating above Earth. Think spinning tubes with forests, rivers, and homes inside. He says Earth should be a park, a place we visit, while space becomes our real neighborhood. Imagine looking out your window at stars, not trees, living in a city that orbits the planet. Jeff's plan is about moving heavy work, like factories, into space, so Earth stays green and peaceful. He talks about trillions because he believes space can hold way more people than our little blue dot. It's a scalable idea, growing bigger and bigger without limits. So, what's the difference? Elon wants to colonize a new planet. Mars is his frontier, a fresh start away from Earth. Jeff wants to expand around Earth, turning space into an ecosystem where we live and work. Elon's escaping to survive. Jeff's building to grow. Both push boundaries, stretching what we think is possible. Elon's vision feels urgent. He's racing to fix Earth and settle Mars fast. Jeff's feels patient. He's planting seeds for a space future centuries away. They're both trying to change the world, but one looks to a red planet, and the other looks to the stars around us. Let's grab some English from this. Sustainable means lasting a long time, like Elon's clean energy. Colonize is settling a new place, like Mars. Ecosystem is a system where everything works together, like Jeff's space cities. Frontier is a new edge to explore, and scalable means something can get bigger without breaking. Try these phrases. Push boundaries is what they both do, going past the usual limits. Change the world is their goal, making life totally different. These words and phrases are like rocket fuel for your English. They lift your speaking to new heights. Think about their ideas deeper. Elon's Mars dream started years ago. He saw Earth's problems, pollution, overpopulation, and said, "We need a plan B." SpaceX rockets are already landing, testing the tech to get us there. He's even got dates, like 2026 for humans on Mars. It's risky. Mars is cold, far, and tough. But Elon loves that challenge. Jeff's vision came from his love of sci-fi and space shows. He's been talking about orbital homes since he was a kid. Blue Origin moves slower than SpaceX, but Jeff's not in a rush. He's got designs, huge cylinders in space, spinning to make gravity. It's less about escaping and more about expanding, like adding rooms to a house. Which vision grabs you? Elon's feels like an adventure, packing up and moving to a wild new land. Jeff's feels like a sci-fi movie, living in a shiny space station. Elon's sustainable Earth ties to today's worries, like climate change. Tesla's already here, charging up cars. Jeff's trillion-human dream is farther off, but it's mind-blowing. Space as our backyard. Both are crazy in their own way. Elon's betting on a planet we can touch soon. Jeff's betting on a future we can barely imagine. They're not just talking, they're spending billions to make it real. This comparison shows their hearts. Elon's vision screams, "Survive and explore." Jeff's whispers, "Grow and dream." Both redefine impossible. Elon with his Mars boots, Jeff with his space cities. But visions are just the start. How do they lead? How do they turn these dreams into action? That's where the real fight heats up. Hold on, because their leadership styles are about to clash in a big way. Part 5. Leadership Style. Now, let's dive into the second big comparison between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Their leadership styles. These two don't just dream. They lead teams to make those dreams real. And they do it in totally different ways. First, let's talk about Elon. He's hands-on, the kind of boss who jumps into the mess himself. He's famous for sleeping at his factories, like at Tesla, when things get tough. Picture him on a cot, tools nearby, working late with his team. He's not just giving orders from an office. He's in the action, fixing problems as they pop up. Elon micromanages too. He likes to control every detail, from rocket parts to car designs. His style is intense. He pushes his people hard, sometimes too hard, and expects them to keep up with his crazy speed. And then there's Twitter. Oh boy, Elon's rants online are wild. He'll tweet about work, life, or even fight with people, all out in the open. It's raw, loud, and full of passion. Switch to Jeff Bezos, and it's a whole different vibe. Jeff's leadership is data-driven. He loves numbers and facts. At Amazon, he'd sit in meetings with charts, asking, "What do the stats say?" He's not yelling or sleeping on the floor. He's calm, cool, and collected. Jeff invented 2 pizza teams, small groups that can eat 2 pizzas and still get stuff done fast. He believes little teams work better than big, slow ones. Unlike Elon, Jeff delegates. He gives his people jobs and trusts them to figure it out. He doesn't need to touch every bolt or write every line of code. His demeanor is steady, almost quiet. You won't see him tweeting storms or shouting in public. Jeff's the guy who thinks 3 steps ahead, planning with a smile while Elon's charging forward with a roar. So, what's the gap? Elon leads from the front, diving into the chaos like a general in battle. Jeff leads from the back, setting the map and letting his crew sail the ship. Elon's all about passion. He inspires by showing how much he cares, even if he's tough. Jeff's about strategy. He inspires by making things clear and simple, keeping everyone on track. Their corporate culture reflects this too. Elon's companies, like SpaceX, feel like startups on steroids, full of energy and risk. Jeff's Amazon is a machine, smooth, efficient, and unstoppable. Both want transparency, but Elon's is messy and public, while Jeff's is controlled and internal. Let's snag some English here. Micromanage is Elon's habit, watching every little thing. Delegate is Jeff's trick, passing tasks to others. Corporate culture is the vibe of a company, wild at SpaceX, tight at Amazon. Transparency means being open, and efficiency is doing things fast and well. Try these phrases. Lead from the front is Elon's charge-ahead style. Stay hungry, stay foolish, fits both. It's about never settling, always pushing. These words and phrases are like tools. They build your English into something strong. Dig into Elon's way. He's a Tesla, sleeping on the factory floor when cars won't ship on time. Or at SpaceX, tweaking rockets himself after a crash. His Twitter rants, like arguing with critics or joking about Mars, show he's real, not polished. It fires up his team, but it's exhausting too. People say he's hardcore. 100-hour weeks aren't rare. Now, Jeff's calmer. At Amazon, he'd ban big PowerPoint slides. Keep it simple, he'd say. His two-pizza rule made teams nimble. They'd solve problems without waiting. Jeff's demeanor disarms. His famous laugh pops up, breaking tension. He's not in your face, but you feel his brain working overtime. Which style wins? Elon's hands-on passion pulls people into his orbit. When SpaceX nailed its first landing, he was there, cheering with sweaty engineers. But it burns folks out. Some quit from the pressure. Jeff's data-driven calm keeps Amazon humming. He'd crunch numbers to perfect delivery, not yell about it. His delegation built a trillion-dollar beast without him touching every package. Elon's chaos sparks genius. Jeff's order scales it. Both are hungry. Elon for breakthroughs, Jeff for systems. Think about it. Elon's leading like a rock star, loud, messy, inspiring. Jeff's like a chess master, quiet, precise, winning. Elon's Twitter might scare you off or pull you in. Jeff's laugh might relax you while he outsmarts you. Their styles shape their worlds. SpaceX feels like a rocket launch. Amazon like a conveyor belt that never stops. Both work, but they're opposites. Passion versus precision. Chaos versus control. So, leadership's their fuel. But how do they handle the crashes? Failure's coming next, and it's where they really shine. Get ready! Their dark sides are about to show. Part 6. Handling Failure. Let's move to the third big comparison between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. How they handle failure. Both have faced huge setbacks, but they deal with them in ways as different as night and day. First, let's look at Elon. Failure hits him hard, and he doesn't hide it. He's had public meltdowns, times when the pressure explodes out of him. Take SpaceX's early days. 3 rocket launches failed in a row, blowing up millions of dollars. Elon was crushed, but didn't quit. He went on TV, red-eyed, promising to keep going. He embraces a hardcore work style. When things crash, he doubles down, sleeping at factories, pushing his team past their limits. Failure's not the end for him, it's fuel. He's got perseverance, that stubborn strength to stand up after a fall. Think of Tesla in 2018. Cars weren't shipping, money was tight, and Elon was a mess, tweeting weird stuff. But he turned it around, shipping cars like crazy by year's end. He iterates fast, tries, fails, fixes, repeats. Now, Jeff Bezos handles failure totally differently. He's quiet about it, almost sneaky. When a project flops, he doesn't scream or cry. He shuts it down and moves on. Take the Fire Phone, Amazon's big phone flop in 2014. It was a disaster. Nobody bought it, and they lost millions. Jeff didn't rant online or sleep in the office. He just killed it, studied why it failed, and invested those lessons into winners like Alexa. That's his pivot game. When something doesn't work, he turns it into something that does. Jeff's got tenacity too, but it's calm. He doesn't show the bruises. He learns in private. Amazon's full of quiet failures, projects you never hear about because Jeff buries them fast and builds better next time. He's like a chef who burns a dish, then serves a masterpiece without you knowing the mess. What's the split? Elon wears failure like a badge. He's loud, emotional, and in your face. Jeff hides it like a secret. He's cool, calculated, and silent. Elon embraces the struggle, calling it hardcore, and dragging his team through it. Jeff steps back, analyzes, and shifts direction without drama. Both have setbacks, those tough moments that knock you down. But Elon's iteration is frantic. He fails fast and fixes faster. Jeff's is steady. He fails slow and learns deeper. They've got grit, that tenacity to push through, just painted in different colors. Let's pick up some English here. Perseverance is Elon's keep-going power. Pivot is Jeff's switch-up move. Setback is a hard hit, like a failed rocket or phone. Iteration means trying again better, and tenacity is that inner strength they share. Try these phrases. Fall forward fits Elon. He stumbles but gains ground. Turn lemons into lemonade is Jeff, making good from bad. These words and phrases are like life jackets. They keep your English floating when it gets rough. Dig into Elon's flops. SpaceX's early crashes were brutal, 2006, 2007, 2008, rockets exploding on live feeds. He was broke, stressed, and nearly gave up. But he scraped cash, launched again, and won in 2008. Tesla's production hell in 2018 was another meltdown. Elon cried in interviews, worked 120-hour weeks, and pulled it off. His meltdowns are public, Twitter rants, shaky voice, but he bounces back. Jeff's Fire phone tanked hard. $170 million gone. He didn't tweet about it. He just axed it and poured smarts into Echo. Now in millions of homes. Amazon's secret flops, like a failed hotel app, vanish quietly, lessons tucked away for next time. Which way's better? Elon's hardcore push inspires. You see him fight and want to fight too. When SpaceX succeeded after those crashes, his team cheered like warriors. But it's messy. People burn out, and he looks unstable sometimes. Jeff's quiet pivot impresses. You don't see the sweat, just the wins. Alexa came from fire's ashes, smooth and smart. But it's less human. You don't feel his struggle. Elon's failure is a roller coaster. Loud drops, big climbs. Jeff's is a flat road, bumps hidden, destination reached. Think deeper. Elon's tenacity shines in chaos. 3 rocket failures didn't kill SpaceX. They made it stronger. Tesla's near death in 2018 became a legend because he didn't flinch. Jeff's perseverance is subtle. Fire phone died, but he didn't sulk. He built a voice empire instead. Both turned setbacks into gold, just with different tools. Elon's iteration is a sprint. Fail today, win tomorrow. Jeff's is a marathon. Fail now, win in 5 years. So, Elon's the fighter, punching through failure. Jeff's the thinker, stepping over it. Both prove impossible is just a word. But we're not done. English lessons are next, and they're about to level up your skills. Part 7. English Learning Focus. Let's shift gears and focus on something fun and useful. Learning English through Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' stories. You've heard their wild journeys, big dreams, and crazy failures, but now it's time to grab some language secrets from them. This part's all about key patterns, words, and phrases you can use every day. We're aiming for A2 B1 English, simple, clear, and powerful, so you can sound smart and confident, just like these two giants. Start with the past tense. It's perfect for telling stories like Elon's and Jeff's backgrounds. For example, Musk founded SpaceX tells us what he did years ago. It's simple. Take a verb like found, add ed, and you're talking about yesterday. Try it. Bezos started Amazon in a garage. See? You're already narrating their lives. Past tense is your time machine. It takes you back to how they began. Elon moved to Canada. Jeff worked in New York. These little sentences build a story. Practice this, and you'll tell tales as exciting as theirs. Next, let's tackle business vocabulary. These guys are kings of money and ideas, so their words are gold. Disrupt means shaking things up, like how Tesla changed cars or Amazon flipped shopping. Say it. Elon disrupted the car world. Cool, right? Then there's scale, making something bigger without breaking it. Jeff scaled Amazon to millions of customers. It's a word for growth, and it fits their huge plans. Other gems. Visionary for their big dreams. Revolutionize for changing the game. Breakthrough for winning after a fight. These aren't just words. They're tools to sound like a boss. Now, let's play with inspirational quote structures. Elon and Jeff love saying stuff that fires you up, and their sentences have patterns you can copy. Take Musk's line. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Notice the when part. It sets up a reason. Then, you do it, says what happens. Try it. When I want to learn English, I practice every day. Or Bezos, your margin is my opportunity. It's short, punchy, flip it. Your mistake is my chance. These structures add drama and wisdom to your speaking. They're like mini speeches. Let's grab more English goodies. Idiom is a fun phrase with hidden meaning, like change the game, which both guys did. Metaphor compares stuff, like calling Elon a rocket and Jeff a chessboard. Tense is past or present, like we just used. Narrative is storytelling, and fluency is speaking smooth and easy. Try these phrases. Take risks is Elon's life. Say, I take risks to learn faster. Learn from mistakes is Jeff's trick. I learn from mistakes to get better. These are short, sweet, and pack a punch. Practice time. Use past tense. Elon built Tesla when no one believed in electric cars. Add business vocab. He disrupted driving with a big breakthrough. Quote style. When the road was tough, he kept going. Mix in idioms. He changed the game and took risks. See how it flows? Now you. Jeff started small but scaled Amazon to the stars. It's your narrative. Own it. This stuff boosts fluency. You'll talk smoother and sound sharper. Think about their stories again. Elon's past tense? He coded a game at 12. Jeff's? He laughed at critics and won. Their business words fit perfect. Revolutionize for Musk's rockets. Scale for Bezos's empire. Their quotes inspire. If you're trying to fly, don't fear the fall. Could be Elon. If you're building slow, you're building smart. could be Jeff. Idioms pop too. Fail fast for Elon. Day one for Jeff. You're not just learning words. You're stealing their magic. Why does this work? Past tense locks in their history. Easy to say, easy to hear. Business vocab makes you sound pro. It's what they live. Quote, patterns give you swagger. Say it bold, and people listen. Idioms and phrases stick in your brain. They're catchy, like songs. Together, they're your English ladder. Climb it, and you're talking like a visionary. So, what's the win? You've got tools now. Tenses for stories, words for work, quotes for wow. Practice them, and you'll flow like Elon's rockets or Jeff's deliveries. Musk and Bezos didn't just build companies. They built ways to think and talk. Steal that, and your English soars. Ready for the end? We're wrapping up next. Get set to pick your champ. Here we are at the end of our wild ride with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Two guys who started as kids with big dreams and turned into giants reshaping the future. Let's wrap it up and decide who's the ultimate king of tomorrow. Elon's all about speed. He moves fast, crashes hard, and builds things like Tesla and SpaceX that scream into the future. He's the guy who wants Mars as our next home, racing to make it real with passion and grit. Jeff's about precision. He plans slow, builds smart, and creates stuff like Amazon and Blue Origin that grow steady and strong. He's dreaming of space cities, 1 trillion humans living up there, all with a calm, sharp mind. Both redefine impossible. Elon by blasting through walls, Jeff by stacking bricks until no one can catch up. They're different, but they're both unstoppable. So, who wins? That's up to you. Elon's speed might grab you if you love adventure. Rockets, cars, Mars, oh my. Jeff's precision might hook you if you like strategy. Online empires, space stations, quiet wins. They're not just rich guys. They're changing how we live, work, and dream. Elon's pushing us to new planets. Jeff's expanding our backyard into the stars. Musk equals fast and fierce. Bezos equals careful and clever. Pick your hero. There's no wrong answer. Now, here's your part. Jump in. Comment below. Who's your winner, Elon or Jeff? Tell us why. Subscribe for more future battles like this. We've got tons of stories coming your way. And hey, smash that like button if you learned 5 new words today. Words like disrupt, scale, visionary. Did they stick? We bet they did. This isn't just a video. It's your English boost and a peek at tomorrow, all in one. Let's toss out some questions to keep you thinking. First, who do you think will impact your future more, Musk or Bezos? Elon's electric cars might drive your streets, or his Mars trip might be your vacation one day. Jeff's Amazon might keep delivering your stuff, or his space cities might be your home. What hits closer to you? Second, which leadership style would you copy? Musk's passion. He's in the dirt, leading loud, never stopping. Or Bezos's strategy. He's cool, calculated, always planning. Would you charge like Elon or build like Jeff? Think about it. Share it. We want to hear. This journey's been high energy and playful, right? We started with two boys, one coding games, one flipping burgers, and ended with space kings fighting for the future. Elon's story rewound from South Africa to Silicon Valley, full of risks and rockets. Jeff's went from New Mexico to a garage, stacked with smarts and shopping. Their visions clashed. Mars versus orbital cities. Their styles battled. Hands-on versus data-driven. Their failures flipped. Meltdowns versus quiet pivots. You learned English, too. Past tense for their past. Business words for their wins. Quotes for their fire. It's been a blast. Picture this one last time. Elon's out there, sleeping at a factory, tweeting chaos, aiming for the red planet. Jeff's in a meeting, laughing loud, plotting space homes with a steady hand. Both started small. Both went huge. They're not perfect. Elon's wild, Jeff's distant, but they're legends. Musk might get us to Mars by 2030. Bezos might have us orbiting by 2050. Or maybe they'll both win, and we'll live in a world they shaped together. What a thought. So, that's the summary. Musk is speed, Bezos is precision, and both are rewriting what's possible. You've got the power now. Comment your winner, hit subscribe, and like if your English grew. Tell us, Elon or Jeff for your future? Passion or strategy for your style? We're pumped to see what you say. This isn't goodbye. It's see you next time on Learn English with Stories 365 for more epic battles and language tricks. Thanks for riding along. Now go out there and dream as big as they do.